Hey, my friend, this is Nestor Nidome from the MakeMoneyFromHomeDad.com, and today I'm going to do a product review on Empower Networks Inner Circle, okay, audios. So, the reason I wanted to do this is because I believe that listening to audio, especially on a daily basis, is something powerful. Okay, that's just what it is. But what I want to do first is welcome you to the Make Money From Home That blog right here, .com.blog, and I want to just kind of go through this a little bit. I want you to be able to know that all the things that I have, you can go ahead and go through the categories and check everything out. That way you can see other stuff that I have in here that might be of use to you, okay? Valuable to you. But what I'm going to do right now is actually go into the Empower Network back office and show you where these are, okay? So if you still do not have these, there's going to be a link at the bottom of this video showing you and guiding you to get this product, okay? So this is the Inner Circle audios from Empower Network. And I still remember when, when I started to go into the world of business, naturally I started to read books and start to listen to audios on the car. And it was funny because I wasn't used to this stuff, right? So when I used to listen to things on the car, it kind of was like, at the beginning it was a little bit boring, but I was forcing myself to just like, do it, right? Because I was trying to listen to like business news and stuff like that, right? And that was just something that I thought I needed to do, right? But as time went on, my brain kind of got used to listening to more audios and reading more books, but I never really understood the power of this until I found my mentor, right? And I was trying to get results in my business, and I will go to my mentor and I will ask him, what can I do? I'm trying to get results. I'm doing everything I can, but I'm still not seeing anything, right? Which is what 98% of the population out there is doing, right? They're trying to do something, but for some reason they hit a brick wall. And I don't know if this is you, right? I don't know if you can relate to this, but sometimes you can hit a brick wall and you feel like you cannot break through, right? So I will ask him, it's like, what can I do? What is, and then he'll reply to me. He say, you know what, Nestor, you already have everything you need. You already have everything that's necessary for you to succeed in life. Everything's already inside you. All you need to do is bring it out, right? And how to do that is by building your mindset, by working on yourself more than you work on your business, right? And when I heard this, it makes sense, right? It might make sense to you, but still, for some reason, I didn't listen, right? I kept going, and yeah, I started to listen to a little bit more, started to read a little bit more, but I really wasn't doing it how I was supposed to be doing it, right? And so I was still hitting the same wall that I couldn't get results. I would get like really little results, and I will go back to my mentor, and he will say exactly the same thing. He said, you know what, you have everything you knew. You have all the skills already. Everything's inside you. You just got to work on your mindset. And this went on for months and months, and until one day I said, you know what, I'm gonna listen, because I started to see other people generating results around me. Sometimes they were newer than me, right? And I don't know about you, but when new people come in who have no experience in this industry, and all of a sudden start, making it happen, it's like an anger comes into you, right? Like jealousy comes into you. And the first thing I started to notice, like, you know what, that's not good. I need to be, I need to praise these people, right? First of all, right? It's like, this is not me. I'm not a jealous person, it's like, my mentor is right. I need to work on myself. So what I started doing is I started to listen to more audios. I started to reading more books, right? Specifically audios from the Inner Circle. And what I started to do is I just started to feed my mind with more powerful audios, right? And cleanse my mindset. Because what happens is that your mindset right now, your mind is blocked, okay? It's blocked with something, right? And the first thing you got to do is you just have to, stop putting crap into your mind, first of all, right? Listening to the TV, right? Watching those, horrible movies, whatever, all that stuff needs to stop. And you got to cleanse your brain and just clean it up and start adding stuff that's good. Because this is what's happening. When you see your brain, this is the power of listening to audios, right? Your brain really cannot tell what's real or what's not. Okay, your subconscious, but your actual brain, all it's doing is creating these, these points of access that is gonna use on a later at a later date. And what I mean is that, like, these reference points, right? What I mean is that, let's say you experience something negative or positive, right? In the future, when you hit something similar, let's say it was a negative, something negative, right? Something that was negative, you're gonna remember that negative reference point in your life, and to validate more what's happening to you right now. And you're doing the same thing with the positive stuff, right? So the more negative reference points you put into your life, the more validation you're gonna have of your negative, of your present negative stuff, or vice versa with the positive stuff, right? And this is the weird thing, is that you're creating references even with the stuff that you're imagining. Okay, so when you're imagining stuff, right? Like when you're like your self-esteem is low, and you're like, oh, people don't understand me. Oh, you're all this other stuff. All these people, they don't love me, right? Or anger is like, oh, I'm getting angry at this, or I'm getting angry at that, or frustrated at this. Even though maybe it's not real, right? Have you never noticed, like, something's not real? Your mind is creating a reference point to that. Because I don't know if it's happened to you, but it's happened to me a lot of times, that all of a sudden something happens, and I validate that imagined story that I told myself back in a while ago. I validated it, like, see, I knew it, what I was imagining, right? What would happen if you didn't have all those reference points, right? When something negative happened, you would just see it as something neutral, right? So knowing that you're building references, and that your brain really doesn't understand what's going on, listening to powerful audio, like in the Inner Circle product right here, or any of the audios, your brain is thinking that you're actually sitting there listening to this person who is having at that particular moment more success than you, right? Because they're no different than us. They don't have more hours in the day than us. They're exactly the same thing. There's only two things that are going on. Either they've been at it more time than you, or they applied all this stuff more than you, right? Taking action more than you. That's it. That's all. That's it. It's either they've been adding more time, or they've put in more action, right? Listening to more audios, reading more books, or putting more action. That's it. That's what I've noticed from all these people that were having success. There were some people who've had success because they've heard, they've had 2-3 years more than I've had, right? And then, when I saw the newbies coming in, which, congratulations to the newbies, right? But what I saw was that they went and they got to work, and they started to apply it, and they started to listen to what their mentors were telling them to do. And that's how they were getting results, right? So I was like, you know what? I got to do that, right? I got to start putting the time. I got to start putting the action into it. So this is a phenomenon that's weird, right? That I've noticed that, when, like, a sports person that you love, or an actor or an actress that you love, or somebody you actually admire and that you listen to or watch their movies a lot, and then all of a sudden you met them in person, right? You, for some reason, you're a little bit starstruck or something like that, but don't you feel like in a way these people, right? Like you know them personally or something, like there's some sort of connection between you and them, which there isn't, because you don't know them. The only reason that you think you know them is because you've been watching to them so much that your brain doesn't understand that it's a movie that you were watching, or doesn't understand that it was an audio that you were listening to. So what's happening is that when you meet this person, your brain is thinking that they're meeting that friend that you've been listening to all along, right? So that's why when you're listening to Empower Network, Inner Circle products, right, or audios, powerful audios, it is like you are in the inner circle, right? Because we're talking about tons and tons of marketers. Like, we're gonna go ahead and go see right here, right? First of all, there is the check, this PDF that comes with it, that has a ton of information that guides you to setting everything that you need to set in order to utilize this product as best as you can. All right. Then it has 3 videos that is gonna set the tone to the rest of the audios. Okay, set the tone. It's gonna tell you exactly what's going on. There's 3 videos right here, right? Then there's 2 sections to the audios. There's the inner circle audios, which is the newer versions, and then the inner circle rewind, which is the all the like the bulk, you might say, of since this program started in 2011 all the way, to like today, is jam packed with all the information in there. So these are people who are talking about mindset, who are talking about marketing, who are talking about how to convert sales, who are talking about traffic, who are talking about how to grow your business in any field, how to do marketing online, how to do marketing offline. I mean, any subject that you might think about business and that has to do with growing, it's in here, right? And it's different people, not just one person. It's different people who are having legit success teaching you. So how great is it that you can be involved in this inner circle, right? Because when you're listening to these audios, in your mind, in your brain, it's like that person is sitting in front of you, telling you this, having a conversation with you. Your brain cannot tell that it's an audio. To what the brain thinks, you're having a conversation with these people, right? So as you can see, you have tons and tons and tons of stuff right here, like focus, like how to learn with focus with David Wood, a successful business model, value beliefs, a mindset. I mean, it goes on and on and on. See, this is 2013, on and on and on, 2012, on and on to 2011. I mean, tons and tons of value in here of people having success, right? And this is the archives. Right here with the newer version, there's powerful people that are teaching you stuff, and it's on and on again, the same thing, right? I recommend that if you get this product, there is a couple right here which is just blew my mind. There's a young couple, right, in their young 20s, and they're called the power team, the power couple, right? Blew my mind because they are talking about mindset. All they're focusing is about mindset, and when I started hearing them, I literally listened to their one particular audio maybe 6-7 times in that one day. I'll play it and I'll play it and I'll play it and I'll play it and I'll play it over and over and over so it can sink in. And this is the weird thing is, right, that when when I started to listen to all these things, right, something weird started to happen, right? My cleansing wasn't still ready, right? And I figured out that my mentor was right, that my success was really correlated to my mind, and the reason I wasn't doing it was because my mindset wasn't there. And even though I will hear it over and over and over, like it's like once you have your mindset, all of a sudden the results start to come. I couldn't believe it. I was like, how in the world could that happen, right? Just show me the meat and potatoes, like they say. Just show me the strategy. Okay, here's why the strategy doesn't work, right? Because if your mind is not correct, you're gonna give up. This is what's happening with me. Before I start to really implement this stuff in my business, I will start to market daily or do stuff in my business daily. But because I wasn't getting immediate results, my self-esteem was getting hurt. My insight was getting hurt. So I will pause it. This is a difference between what happened then and when I started listening to this inner circle audios. All of a sudden, I wasn't still there, right? This is a while back. I was still a little bit negative in my mind, but I was working on it, right? And I was washing my brain now. And this particular day, I was on Facebook, marketing, right? I was marketing, doing these things, right? Taking action, right? And all of a sudden, I started to see some of the comments, some of the things, and I was like, how come? I started feeling sad. Why people are not commenting on my stuff, right? I don't know. And I'm the type of person, I'm really sensitive, and it started to get to me, right? But I was still taking action, right? And by the end of the day, I was like really hurt. I was like, man, my self-esteem was hurt. I was like, what's going on? People don't love me, right? That's just me. That was me back then, right? But what I noticed was that at the end of the day, I got leads, and my traffic just jumped. And I was like, whoa, what's going on, right? I was being negative the whole day. What happened, right? What I noticed was that all of a sudden my subconscious took over, and I was taking so much action that day that even though I was still negative, I was getting results. So my actions were giving me more results than my negativity. Now, when I that just blew my mind to how things could happen. I just found it amazing how, my now how my actions were taking over, right? My subconscious was taking over what I was doing. And so that's how I found out that, that if you start working on your mindset, you'll get to a point where, yeah, you're still, that bad talk, maybe that's never going to stop or something. But the great thing is that now you're starting to believe inside yourself, right? You're starting to believe in yourself, and your subconscious starts to take over your actions, and so that's how it is, right? And it's pretty cool because, like, right here on my board, and you can't see it right now, but right here on my board I have what Tony Robbins talks about, the cycle, right? It starts with potential, right? You have potential in you, right? And the potential it relates to the action you take, right? So if you believe that you have potential, you'll start to take action, and the action is gonna create some sort of result, right? That result is gonna create a belief in you, right? Which that belief is gonna feed your potential, and it can work backwards. See, back in the day, that's when you're negative. You think you have little potential, right? So you take little action, and that little action creates something's nothing of results, little results. So what does that do to your belief? You're like, exactly, that's what I thought. This doesn't work, right? Which creates less potential in you, and it's a downward circle. You start going down and down, getting more negative. It gets so dark. At one point, it was just so dark for me that I started to get depressed. I started to get a little suicidal. I mean, if you can think about that. And it was such a downward spiral that I was in, a while back then, that it just scared me, because I was just like, wow, this downward spiral will just suck the life out of you. And I don't know if you can relate to this, but I want to put some life back into you. And the way you're going to do that is by putting the right information inside your head, by putting the right information in your subconscious. And I know a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to get brainwashed. But maybe you do. Maybe you need to be brainwashed. Okay? Because that's what I needed. I knew I was very smart, right? I knew I know the technical stuff. I mean, maybe you don't know the technical stuff, but it doesn't matter, right? But because it doesn't matter because, I knew the technical stuff, yet I wasn't getting results, right? So the thing is, I wasn't getting results not because I didn't know the technical part or did know. It was my spiral, my action, right? So when you start to tap into the inner circle, audios in here, because you can go out there, right? I mean, that's what I was doing. I was going out there and I was, looking for Jim Rohn stuff on YouTube and Tony Robbins, and that helps a lot. That helps a lot, right? But you go out there, you look and look and look. But here, as you can see, look, as you can see, there's tons and tons I mean, like audio about audio about audio, plus a rewind. You go in there and there's like, audios and audios and audios. I mean, it's non-stop. And there's stuff about how to close. There's stuff about how to get leads. There's stuff about how to make sales, how to convert, and how to build your mindset. So what you gotta brainwash. You gotta wash that brain of yours and put the right information in there, right? And the good thing is about this is just that you start to believe in yourself again, right? I started to believe in myself again once I started to listen to all these audios. All of a sudden, that little flame inside my heart started to shine a little brighter, shine a little bigger, right? I don't know if you've seen those kerosene lamps, right? Where the old lamps where you put like the fluid in there and you can actually go like this and you can actually see the little wick kind of go up and down, right? And when you start listening to these audios, it's like you're grabbing that little knob and you're twisting it, and that little wick is just coming out a little bit more. And what happens when that wick comes up? The fire starts burning a little brighter, starts burning a little harder, right? Because now there's more brightness, right? That's what I started to do. I started to listen to all these audios. I started to just feed my mind, just brainwash. I stopped worrying about results. I stopped worrying about money. I stopped worrying about what other people thought of me, and I started to just twist that knob little by little, right? Each time I would listen to an audio, it's like a little tiny movement of that knob, and I would listen to it, and I would listen to it, and I would listen to it more, and I would listen to it more until I got to a point where I was, on this hangout, and all of a sudden I was talking, and I like to watch my hangout so I can see how I did, right? And the way I was talking like those audios in your circle. It was just mind blowing, right? I was talking and using some of the same words, some of the same language that they were using, and all of a sudden, people were just messaging me, saying that I inspired them, saying that what's different about you, Nestor, right? My friends, what's different is the inner circle. That's why, I might be biased. This might be a biased review of the inner circle, but for all means, don't take it in the wrong mindset. Take it as how I'm telling you to take it, which is that you have to listen to audio no matter what. Just listen to, go out there and start building your mindset. But if you want a vault that's gonna be there specifically designed to empower you, this is it. This is the inner circle from Power Network. Is it. I recommend it 110%, because no matter if you want the meat and potatoes, the how-tos, or you want to build your mindset, it has a bunch of audios about each of those subjects. No matter what you're looking for. I mean, we can go out down here and we can look for stuff, right? And we'll find stuff, right? Free yourself from the power of the system, right? And you can kind of pause this video and read what it says right there. And I'll go up a little bit more, and it says, the customer is not always right? I don't know. Let's listen to that audio, right? The power of women in a dream, with a dream, right? I mean, if you're women out there, you have a dream. That's what I'm talking about. So it just goes on and on with tons of audio. The point is that you need to tap into something like this, no matter where you find it. Okay, I'm here to give a review, so you can see what this. If you kind of been thinking of getting this system, what it can do for you, but for all means, it doesn't matter. Just go get out there, go get some audios, go buy some audiobooks or something. Join audible.com or something. Just do something to start building that mindset. Start feeding your subconscious mind. Okay, I mean that's kind of like the intention of this video was more to feed into you the power of audios and the power of you listening to them than me selling you this stuff, right? That's my intention. It's just to show you how it changed my life, and how I know and believe 110,000% that it will change your life if you use it. Okay, but you gotta use it. You gotta listen to it, and you gotta just not listen to it with but just listen to it with an open heart. Okay, any audio you hear, any book you listen to, you read, any audio you listen to, do it with an open heart. And that's the way it's gonna help you. Your mentor, listen to him or her with an open heart, and believe in yourself. Because look, listen, I don't know who you are, but I can tell you this: I believe in you. I believe in everything that you can do. I believe in the potential that you have. Right, just like my mentor told me, you have everything you need. You have everything you need right now to succeed. All you gotta do is open that door, right? All you gotta do is turn on that lamp and start twisting that knob. turn on the fire, right? That's all you gotta do, right? I hope this review of the Inner Circle from Power Network has helped you kind of at least understand what this is and what the value that it brings into the table. If you've been looking for it, obviously you have because you've been here. But with that, I will invite you. There's gonna be a link at the bottom of this video I invite you to click, and it's gonna take you to the Inner Circle, okay? And I invite you to purchase this product because it's essential for your future, right? I'm not just saying that like hot air or just whatever. It's essential for your future, okay? And you know, click on the link, go through the whole funnel, and purchase yourself the Inner Circle. Start listening to them, right? Start listening to them, and then get back to me and let me know how how it went, right? But with that, my friend, this is Nestor Idome from the MakeMoneyFromHome.com, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye for now.